Good evening, good afternoon. Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are viewing us from. Okay, let me show my face briefly, because most of what we're doing will be on the screen. All right, my name is Ifeanyi Uche. Let me quickly show my face for a few minutes, then so you can see me. Okay, good. All right, good afternoon, everybody. And I want to appreciate you for taking your time out to join us on this live Zoom. We are all traders, I believe. And here today, we want to talk about a particular trading system, very simple trading system that I believe even a 9-year-old can use. And I want to introduce it to us if you don't know it already. And then for you, you can begin to use it. All right. And one thing I must tell us as we make progress, because I have just about 40 minutes to do this. And wherever we stop today, we may continue next week. And I trust that the Pipsoclock team may make this thing to be a weekly affair so that the trading community that's in Pipsoclock will benefit immensely from all of your experiences together. Okay, so the system is such a system that has been tested over time. And if you check the average hedge fund, if you Google the average hedge fund, maybe on an annual basis, between 8 to 10% return, or maximum 14%. But then what this system does, if you follow the rules, is far more than this. And studies have shown that the Asian rejection session that we're about to talk about has outperformed most hedge funds in the last 20 years. And it's a very simple system. And one thing about simplicity is that many people tend to jettison them, many people tend to ignore them. But today, we want you to gain access to it, practice it, and use it. Three things that add up to a trader's success from all I've gathered with my experiences. There are just three things that you need to succeed. One is your trading system, and the next is your money management, and the other is your psychology. And interestingly, your trading system contributes just about 10%. So the system you're about to get may just contribute for about 10% to your success, while money management contributes about 20%. But then where the chunk of your success relies on or lies on is in your psychology. And that is your ability to follow the rules of your trading system. Now, so philosophers say that rich men follow rules and poor men chase money or follow money. And interestingly, money doesn't follow those who chase after it. Money follows those who follow the rules. So if we will discipline ourselves to stick to the rules, even when things are not going the way we want it, over time, things will adjust. All right, having said that, I want to get down to talk about the trading system, and I'll be sharing my screen so that you can see what I'm about to expose to you. If you know it already, fine. We may need your contribution as you progress. If you don't know it, well, you learn it, and also you can have it. There's a way you can have it, and I will tell you the condition later on. You're not going to pay anything to have it, but there's something must do for you to have it if you want it by the time we are done with this. So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome aboard. So I'll exit my video and connect the screen quickly. Okay, so joining us with my trading platform. I hope you can see my trading platform here. If you can see my trading platform and you can hear me, please could you type 111 on the chat box? All right, okay, thank you very much. Thank you, good. Okay, so most of us here are new to the Skilling trading platform, and I guess you'll be learning more about the platform later on. And one thing about this system is 2 p.m. right now, and what you have on this screen, if you can see my screen very well, where I'm pointing at right now, once this bar crosses this, like this one is out here now, you don't trade the system again. So you just have 5 hours to trade the system. It's called the Asian rejection section, Asian rejection strategy rather, and it's a trading system that operates with 4 instruments, even though I've been trying out a couple of other currencies with it. Yesterday, I traded it with USD JPY, but okay, 2 days ago, but it failed. Well, I wouldn't say it failed. It generated a loss. The system has wins and it has losses, but overall, by the time you put it together, you know that this system is a profitable system. So I'm going to talk about it. The Asian rejection system is system that actually analyzes the Asian session. You know that the Asian session starts at midnight, or rather sometimes 10 p.m., all right, and runs into the next day. So if you are seeing my screen, if you can see here marked Friday, right? That's where the system is. Now, what you have here is called market changer. What it just does is helps me to switch between currency pairs, right? It helps me to switch between currency pairs, and the currency pairs that we actually run with this are GBP USD, Euro USD, and US Euro JPY, and GBP JPY. But I have included beyond this four, I've used it on AUD USD. There are some of the signals you will see on the Pipsoclock what are generated by admin. Some of the system, trading system, or rather trading signals, were generated with this system. This is just one of the systems that generate, like all the trades generated this Monday were from this system. And one beautiful thing about you having this system is that you can actually use it to run a trading signal service, okay? But you must be patient, like I said, following the rules. And you can use it to build your portfolio if you be patient with it. And one thing about system, when you get the system, I recommend that you take your time, study that system, use it, okay, use it over time, and then demonstrate it. Then when you begin to use it, okay, you may want to stick with it for a while, so that whenever you introduce anything new, you know where your challenges are from, if there are any challenges in any case. So let's quickly talk about how the system works. Okay, in the background, first of all, this system, I want to show us something quickly. When we want to install the system, of course, it comes like a custom indicator. It comes like a custom indicator. This is it here. And these are all that you are going to get. It just comes in this zip file. So we have opened it up, and these are the things that come inside of it. It comes with a calculator. That calculator, it helps you to know how many pips you are going to use per trade. It takes risk management very, very seriously. So, and that is the calculator that you have here. For example, now if based on the money amount that is in here, if I've analyzed this system, all right, and seen an opportunity, let's assume that it gives me 40 pips stop loss, and then the risk involved, okay, I have the amount, the risk amount I want to enter. Maybe I want to enter in percentage, for example. Now let me say the risk percentage I want to is just 1% risk, okay? So it's going to give me the values, all right? It's going to give me the values. That means out of the money that is in this demo account, it's $10,000. What it will just generate here. Now, once I've put the stop loss and enter the risk percentage, okay, it will generate the amount I'm going to expose. I mean, the amount I'm going to expose as risk, okay? And then it will tell me the loss size I should use, to recommend the loss size that I should use. And look at this. You can, let me just open this a bit. You can see $10,000 here, and it's telling me to, because I want to risk 1%, it's telling me to expose only 0.25 lots, which means 25 cents a pip. You get it? And now this is the kind of thing that when you follow it, you find out that you will trade with confidence, you will trade with peace of mind, you will trade without fear of ever losing. Because one of the major challenges that traders have is the fear of losing. And why? Because you have exposed more than you should. So this calculator helps you. If I say, okay, I'm ready to risk 2%, and then I calculate again, it tells me to expose 200 and then 0.5 in $10,000. So that's the way the calculator works. So it comes with this, okay, once you have installed it. So that's it here. Excuse me. So then it comes with the templates, all right? Then these are the other things that are installed. It is a calculator that's installed that is doing that work. And you can actually put this calculator on all your all your charts, and use it to know what to risk per time. So now let's talk about the system. The system first of all, you need to configure it. And in the configuration, I'll go to indicators to do the configuration. Then before I'll now show you all this is now. What I just do, this is the very system we are talking about, and it's called the Golden Spot MT4 indicator. So I edit. So there it is. This is where I make corrections. Now, depending on the timing, you can see the time on the trading platform is 16 hours. And if you check our time here is 2 p.m., 2 hours ahead. And then but the what you're working with here now will be UK time. So currently in UK now is 1 p.m., right? So that means that the platform is about 3 hours ahead. So what I can do here now, that the period begins, if I set the period that it begins, now what time does the Asia session begin? Okay, to find out that time, you may want to go to a site like, what's it called? You can go to a site like Time Zone Converter. Let me check forex.timezoneconverter.com. So when you go to that site, you can check the time zone to know what time forex.timezoneconverter. Sorry, please. Okay. So what it will just tell you what time the Asian session opens. And once you find that time that the Asian session opens, you will want to now adjust. For instance, now the Asian session will open around 10 p.m., but let's check GMT, 10 p.m. GMT, but let's look at Nigeria time. By Nigeria time, that would be Africa Lagos. Let me see Africa Lagos. Or if you want to use GMT, let's leave it at GMT. That means 10 p.m. here will be our 11 p.m. That's when the Asian session will open. So that's the time that you want to adjust this to. So if you now look at the time here, so I can say, okay, begin for me at midnight. I hope you can still hear me. So begin for me at midnight or at 1 a.m. If I say at 1 a.m., that's when it will begin and then end at 15 hours. At 15 hours. So that 15 hours now, that's when it will end. So what happens here? Let's look at what this is about. I close this. So that's what this red box is about. So as soon as it begins to count, whatever is forming here, it will make recording highs and lows in the period during the Asian session. You know that the Asian session is usually very quiet, except for very few occasions when major events are released, like in Australia and Japan, those early mornings, so it could move. But then whatever range. Now, let me please quickly assert that this system is a what do you call it, a breakout trading system. It's a breakout trading system. So between the period, so it forms highs and lows. So the tops and bottoms are recorded. So the highest it records within the Asian session is marked, and the lowest is marked up until the time. Okay, it closes because the box opens at 1 a.m. and then closes at what time is it there? That should be around 10 a.m. on the platform here, right? But when you now look at, check the real time for Asian session to open and close. Just make sure it matches with what you have there, and that is when it will be. So as soon as this closes, from this opening, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the time frame to trade the system is 1 hour. I'm reading out the rules already. It's the 1 hour time frame. That's the time frame. So on this time frame now, you are counting 1, 2, 3. That means you have up to 5 periods to check out for opportunities. And now when you multiply by the 4 instruments, Euro USD, Euro JPY, GBP JPY, and of course, GBP USD, you find out that the system would have given you up to 4 times 5 hours, almost 20 periods to opportunities to check. So what it means is that, excuse me, if you add AUD USD and NZD USD, because these two also respect it from my experience, you will find out that the system can actually give you opportunity to trade for, when you add 6 times 5, up to 30 hours of trading time. So now how does it work? You see the arrows here. This is the red arrow at the top here. You see the red arrow at the bottom here. So what we're going to be looking at now, I want us to quickly do a back testing of this. Let's begin with GBP/USD, for example. Now, once it gets out of this box, the candlestick, because under candlestick we work with is the what do you call now, the pin bar, the candlestick, the pin bar or the hammer, or the shooting star. So whichever name you prefer to call it, that's the candlestick it works with. So now, like this one now, this is the last period of the hour. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this pin bar has appeared here and opportunity is here. What you just do, you measure, because I'm going to use this now because there's an opportunity right now still on this system. So we're going to take it, once it picks this now, then it's in. But if this signal isn't, if the signal forms outside of this box, we won't trade it. But it still forms within the box. It is the fifth one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what you do is just find the low of this particular candle. The low there is 1.2814. All right. And what you do is you deduct 5 pips from it. So if you deduct 5 pips from 1.28146, that will be giving you like 1. Remember that this is a 5-digit pricing. So you will be having 1.28096. So I can quickly use this. I leave this thing so that it helps me to actually measure. All right, it measures the level. So 1.28096. I think that should be what I calculated there. All right, so, okay, good. That's 5 pips below that level, 1.28, yes, 096, good. So, and now check the high. The high there is 1.28481. I add 5 to that 888. So we will be having 1.28531. So I take this one up there too. Just place it at 1.28531. 1.28531. Okay, so now that's 5 pips above that level. So that tells me where to place the trade. 5 pips. So now the next time I calculate will now be calculate from here, okay, to where that stop loss is. That will give me around 43 pips. So it's 43 pips that is going to give, there are around 43 pips, okay? 42 to 43 pips, good. So that means that what you do now, the risk-reward ratio here is 1:1. So I'll calculate 43 pips on the downside. So that's where I'm going to place my stop loss around that side. So say around 1.27667, track this and get there. So once I've done that, 1.2667, right? Okay, so I'll place my, 1.2667. Let me quickly calculate again, please. It may not be very accurate, okay, and then somewhere around here. Okay, 1.2767, 2767. So the stop loss and the take profit must be the same. It must be the same, and that's how it operates. So what I now do is I set up a sell stop here and set up a stop loss above it and take profits below it here and let it run. Now, when it triggers, if you have read any of these trading signals on the Pipsoclock signal page, you see, if you read the notes attached to it, you see where it will say, once it does so and so number of pips, adjust your stop loss to entry. So the next rule here is when it triggers and price goes in your favor by half of the target. For example, now, the stop loss here is 42 pips. The target should be 42 pips. So you divide 42 by 2, you have 21 pips. So if it triggers and goes down by 21 pips, for example, now if we had set this trade, it would have triggered it by the time it comes, if you look at this line, it should have triggered it by now, right? So by the time it does 21 pips, you move your stop loss to entry and then relax, allow it to finish its work. Excuse me. So there are three outcomes you may have. One is that it hits your take profits, you get 42 pips, or it hits your stop loss, you have minus 42 pips, or it gives you a break-even result. So in which case, it has moved in your favor by half of your targets and then returned back and couldn't continue to give you the profit. So in that case, you didn't lose a trade. So that's the way you take this trade. Remember, I said system is 10%, money management is 20%, and psychology is 70%. Your psychological mindset, your mind to follow these rules is what gives you the success in this system, with this system. So let's quickly look at, this is just one of them now, right? We'll see whether this will close in profits or not, okay? Though I've not placed any trade on it. Now, you will not want to look at past performance. That's how you do back testing to know whether the system is really worth it. Okay, so we are waiting for this to finish, but then let's go back in. It's a pending order, stop order, either it's sell stop or it's buy stop. Those are the two types of pending orders you use for it. So with this, it didn't trigger because it didn't even go that way. So there's no win, no loss here. But here, look at another one here. This one, look at it, it's triggered. If you check the low, you see where the low is. If you look at the base of this chart, you see that the low is at 1.25861, which is you will place it at 1.25811. All right, and the stop loss, they are 5 pips above the high, which is the high is 1.25961. If you add 5 to 6, you have 1.26015. So, and you see that eventually it triggered within the system and it came down. That's a win, right? That's a win. If you look at it, it triggered here, and that's a win. Now you come to this place here, it triggered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It triggered here. Sorry, it gave a signal there, but it didn't trigger. You can see where it went until the end of the day. Now you come to this place, there was no signal here for this day. There's no signal here for this day. All right, there's been no signal for this since this week, I guess. All right, until this one we just saw now. Let's see whether it will trigger. Okay, now look at this again. Come to this point. Now, when you see the signals appearing like this in the middle of the box, these are no signals. You ignore them. These are no signals. You ignore them. This one is outside the box. All right, but this one is within the box. You can see it has pierced the box there. Is a signal, but price didn't go there until much later. And once it's past the time you set here, which is around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. here, you will delete the trade. That's why the delete time sometimes say if it does not trigger by so and so time, delete the trade. Because once it passes this time period, you have to delete it. Look at this one, count this count for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Within this period, it showed another signal and place your trade. But then the next 1 hour, it didn't trigger it, so you have to do the win. But it's outside of that time frame, because once this one didn't trigger it, you have to cancel it. All right. So if you can still go back to check in time. So that's the assignment will give you when you get the system. Go back in time and look at this other one now. See this, it gave this signal here, and this is it. So this would have triggered somewhere around here by this white candle. Okay, but then by this time you would have exited, because once this one closes and this one opens and closes, you are out of the system. If you allowed it there, this would have closed it in profit. So we are out. So you go back. So if you see the arrow inside of the box, it's no signal here because we are trading outside the Asian session. That's why it's called Asian rejection system. Asian rejection meaning it's rejecting the high and the lows of the Asian session. So once you get to the high of the Asian session and rejects it, it provides you an opportunity if you see a pin bar. If it gets to the low and it's rejected, it also provides a pin bar. It's an opportunity for you to take advantage of the trade that will be generated. Look at this one again. It gave the signal, yes, but it didn't trigger within that period. So see the time it came to get to this point. So it's a no trade for us. But let me quickly open another pair and see. So you can see for Euro JPY, see this one here and see this. By the time it triggered, look at it went all the way up. Where you can keep going down and down and down and down with the system. Now, if you will use the system, let me go back to GBPUSD and open that trade and see what will happen to it ultimately. This is blocking my view. All right, okay, good. All right, now, so for this GBPUSD, for example, now by the time let me set up a trade here. What's the price we put there? The price we put there is 1.20996 already. Okay, sorry, it's beyond the time already. So it's already past the time. So we can't place a trade here. So this signal now came late. The signal came late, so we can't work with it. It's already outside the box. It's already outside the box. So we can't use it. So what you just do is to keep looking for it. Now, if you look for GBP/JPY, let me see if I can find for GBP/JPY. Now, today it got one here, but it resulted into a loss. This is it here. This was a loss. This was a signal from GBP/JPY this morning. Okay, I traded it, but it resulted in a loss because it got here and this green bar showed up here. Oftentimes, we ignore it, but of course, since it's already in the trade, it hasn't done 50%, so I ignored it and it resulted into a loss. I think it also showed on EUR/JPY today too. Here is it. It also resulted in a loss. But then we now check other times, USD CHF also, but here, USD CHF it's not part of the instruments that it comes with, but from my personal experience and using it, it works with USD CHF also. So no signals until I think there was a signal somewhere around here. Here, there's a buy signal for USD CHF here, and you can see how it played out eventually within. This was around 11 o'clock, the platform, that's 9 o'clock Nigeria time. So this was the result. And you can still check here, it gave signal here, but it didn't trigger. So going back in time. So that's how simple the system is. All you just need is to have it, plug it into your system, all right? Monitor it, follow the rules. And these rules are very simple. One, make sure you don't expose more than 2% of your account equity or your bankable balance. That's why you have the risk calculator. So meaning that, assuming that, where's the one that we calculated earlier on? Now we say 40-something pips for GBPUSD, for example. And if we put 42 pips, for instance, and I have maybe, okay, let's use 10,000 because if it's $100 you can still put it there. You say you have 42 pips stop loss and you want to risk 2%, all right? So you just calculate, get the value. That means $200 is what you're going to risk of 10,000. So if it's $100 that you have, it will show you $2, and then it will tell you how many lots you are going to enter, and then you enter that, and that way, that's when you can enter your trade, and your heart and your mind will be sane for you. I want to stop it because of time. We're going to perhaps maybe next time we're going to run this seminar. Perhaps next week we could start it earlier if the time is convenient for all of us. Maybe like 12 noon. Then there will still be time, so it won't be a time that okay the period is already over for it to enter. So we can watch and study up to 4 or 5 markets and see how the system works. Okay, so we can take trades live. We'll give signals and take trades live with this. So you can see for this one here, look at this one also generating the signal here and look at how it does. Yeah, it has losses, it has wins. But one thing is that by the time you run it over time, you find out that you are profitable. It's so simple. It's just two types of orders, buy stop and sell stop. I want to stop here and allow room for questions because of my time. This is 2:30 already, and I have 10 more minutes. So let's leave the 10 minutes for questions and answers on this system. But I promise you, maybe next week when we are doing this, we will schedule the time earlier, maybe 1 p.m. or 12 noon, so that we'll have the time to within the period to see whether you can find signals. This is no magic. It's what the market shows you that you trade. All right. So let me pause here and we'll continue next week. Let me take questions if there are any questions. So if you want to ask a question, you just raise your hand so that I can take your, you'll unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay, what are the pairs you said the system can effectively work with? Olani, Abiodun, Sam. Okay, I said GBP USD, Euro USD, Euro JPY, and GBP JPY. But personally, I began to try out other systems because initially, with the way we trade as human beings, I came into certain weeks, it was taking time for signals to come up from those four. So I began to explore other markets. I found out that one day I found USD CHF, it worked. And I also did back testing and saw that it worked. Even AUD USD, NZD USD, I saw that it worked. So that's how I began to include them to increase the number of instruments that it could trade. So but officially, formally, it is 4 instruments: GBP USD, Euro USD, Euro JPY, and GBP JPY. And where do I get the documents? You mean the documents? You mean the manual for this system, right? Gabriel Larawaju. You mean the manual for this system? I don't get what you mean by documents. I'll come to you, Patrick, please. Then the next thing, how do we set up the ARS? Okay, the setup. Okay, so the setup, I will talk about that. I'll talk about that. But for those that will get it, it will come in the documentation. Okay, if it's the documentation that you're talking about for this system, those who get it, I will include the documentation in it. All right, Patrick Young, you are raising your hand. Okay, unmute yourself to ask.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Please, my question is, do we have to understand higher time frame order flow to work with this system?
Not at all. But if you understand them, it will actually give you an advantage in the sense that you know that when breakouts occur, there are breakouts that you call false.
Yes,
so
I do understand.
So if you understand what the market is saying on the bigger picture, so there are some signals that will come you may want to ignore. So that's the advantage of understanding the higher time frame will do for you. But other than that, just from a layman's view, not the system the way it is. Once the signal shows up and it shows within that box, enter and set up your system, because that's the way you begin to obey rules. Because it's that 1 hour time frame, no other time frame, ignore the rest. So you can follow it like that way so that you master it. When you have mastered, you can begin to make some adjustments based on experience. All right.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Aden John, go ahead and unmute yourself. Aden.
Good day. Thank you very much for this strategy. It's a very simple strategy, but I would like to understand more about the calculations you engage in before placing your orders. And as per the back testing, I am coder. I do code trading system. So if I understand it more, I would want to, go through the, see how it runs for the past 1, 2, 3 years, and be able to practice. So can you say that part again? How you calculation you make before placing your orders?
The calculation is very simple. Let me see if I can open my screen again. The calculation is very simple. Once the signal, can you see my screen now?
Not yet. Okay.
I think it's showing now. Okay, good. Now, where you have, okay, good. Let me minimize. Okay. Okay, look at where let me find where we have a signal that's actually, okay, look at this now. Now, look at this one now, there's a signal here, good. So you just check the low, because it's for a sell, so you check the low, all right? You see where the low is, and then you deduct 5 pips from the low. That's where your entry will be, your sell stop will be. And then the high, you add 5 pips to the high, that's where your stop loss will be. So you now calculate the distance between the entry and the stop loss, if it is 20 pips, that means that's how many pips your target will also be. It is 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So when price now moves in your favor in that direction by 50%, you move your stop loss to entry and allow the trade to finish itself.
Okay. All right. All right. Deduct 5 pips from the low. That's where your stop loss should be.
Yes, if it is for a sell, you deduct 5 pips from the low for your entry, sell stop.
Okay.
And then for the stop loss, add 5 pips to the high. That's for your stop loss. If it's a buy signal, all right, you add 5 pips to the high for buy stop.
Okay.
And then deduct 5 pips from the low for your stop loss.
After deducting 5 pips, then you add your stop loss, your preset stop loss, the 40 points you said.
So where after deducting the 5 pips, the price or after that deduction is where your stop loss should be. It's where you now place it, you now calculate what's the distance between the stop loss and the entry. Whatever distance it is, will be the same distance for your take profit. So it's 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next.
Please, sir, it's Patrick again.
Okay.
You said I should deduct, or we should deduct 5 pips from the high if it is a buy.
If it's a buy, you add 5 pips to the high. If it is a sell, you deduct 5 pips from the.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Next. I want to. Okay. All right. Do I have any other hand up? Okay. Inua Miko Abdallah. Your hand is up. Inua. And then your hand is still up. Okay, I don't know. Unmute yourself. I can see you, Abdallah, but your mic is muted. Okay, how do you decide if your position will be buy stop or sell stop? Grabber. Now, the 2 types of orders used here are buy stop and sell stop. They are breakout order types. So if it is a buy signal, if the arrow appears, if the candlestick, that is the hammer, if it's a hammer, which means it's a pin bar hammer, bullish pin bar, that means it's showing buy. So we are going to place buy stop order. If it is a pin bar, is a shooting star, that means it's a sell signal. We are going to place sell stop order. Does that answer the question? All right. Dynamic Emma, your hand is up. Miko, is it Abdallah? Your hand is still up. Do you want to? I can see your screen, but your voice is muted. Okay, Dynamic Emma, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I wanted to ask to confirm because I came in late. I want to ask, is it the trading system a bot or?
It's not a bot.
Just a strategy.
It's a manual trading system.
Okay, no problem.
It's a custom indicator. There are custom indicators, an array of custom indicators. All right. We have, okay. Patrick of Young, your hand is still up. Are we done with the questions? Okay. And you, Kingsley, you have the floor. Unmute yourself. I have about 30 seconds left here.
Good afternoon, all. Yes, please. Good afternoon, all. I'm asking to.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I'm asking to get a clarification. You made mention about, is it 5 hours? Because if you're using a 1 hour candle, 5 hours after the Asian section, right? We should look for a pin bar within 5 hours after the Asian section. Is that what you earlier said?
What I said is, no, what I mean is that by the time the Asian session is over, depicted by the red box. So outside that red box, outside the red box, there are 5 candles there. So you have those, that means every hour you come and check if there's a signal. Every 1 hour you come and check. If, for example, now the first candle that opens after that box. You wait for it to close. When it's closed, it closes. You come back and check. Is there a signal? No. You check other pairs, no signal. You go away again. 1 hour again, you come and check. So you have 5 times to check for signals. That's what that means.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, it's Patrick again, sir.
Okay.
Please, I have a different time period for Asian session. So I would really want to know the time period this system works on, because for me personally, I believe my Asian session starts from 12 a.m. and ends by 5 a.m. So I don't know if this time frame is okay for this very system.
It ends by that time. So that time it ends, all right, you just check it by GMT and adjust. So if it's 12, that means you can put there, you impute it manually on the settings. You impute the time manually, but it shouldn't end at 5 a.m. It shouldn't end at 5 a.m. Your own has ended at 5 a.m., but the trading should resume around either 8 or 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. So the adjustment is what you just make in the, I think my battery is almost low. Let me see if I can open my screen again. Let me see if I can open my screen again. So
okay,
you make, let's my time is already up, but let me quickly show you. So when you bring out the tool, let me just right click on this and use it from here. Okay, so this is the indicator. Okay, so this is where you make the adjustment. So from period begin here, if it's midnight, you type midnight. Okay, what period does it end? Is it 9? So you type 09. So if it's 5 a.m. that you have there, so you can use 09, right? Depending on your listing, right? So what time does it end? 15. So you leave it there. So, but then if you adjust that, this one will end at around 14 or so. So because it has 5 hours that you, so if I now say save, you see that it will adjust. It will adjust. If you have noticed the screen, you see that it will adjust. But I set mine based on what I have at 1 a.m. So by the time the time savings, daylight savings time change, I'll come and make adjustment again. You get? When you get the system, my battery is showing me low. So I will switch to my phone and hand over. So now this system, before I log out from here to connect my phone, this system, you can actually access it. All right, and more details. I'm going to do a follow-up of this because this is just the beginning. This is just more like the introduction. We're going to continue next week. We'll choose an earlier time instead of 2 p.m., right? And if this system this weekend, those of you who have funded your accounts with us and above, you are going to get this system OC, okay? $100 funding and above with scaling, you get the system sent to you with the instructions. So that's all. The system belongs to you for life. Fund your $100 and above, that's all. And the system belongs to you for life. So I'll hand over to Leko to please. My time is up. I've taken 4 minutes out of my time. Thanks for coming, and I want to see you next week. God bless you all.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ifeanyi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Ifeanyi, I can hear you. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Please just confirm if you can hear me. If you can hear me, just put on the chat box 222 if you can hear me. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you once again for making it a time with us at Pipsoclock. So this is the first series of our masterclass and webinars that we'll be having. And I crave your indulgence that you should please wait. There's some information we want to pass across. We are Pipsoclock, www.pipsoclock.com. for those of you that you may already know us from time past, maybe you were our client on InstaFXNG, or you were our client on 7B4S. So InstaFXNG and 7B4S together, we've rebranded to Pipsoclock. Pipsoclock is a community of forex traders. If you have logged into your Pipsoclock account, you will see that there are a couple of things that you can do on Pipsoclock. You have access to signals, you have access to different forex related materials, and then you can share your thoughts in our threads and all that. I'll just quickly share my screen so that you see the Pipsoclock platform and see some of the things that you can do. So once you log into the Pipsoclock, you see something like this. Could you please confirm if you can see my screen? If you can see my screen, just type 333 in the chat box. Let me see if you can already see my screen. Okay, good. Thank you for confirming. Thank you for confirming. So this is the Pipsoclock dashboard. Once you log in, you can see things like this. And every day, just like our facilitator has said, Mr. Ifeanyi, every day you will see signals that are posted here. And the good thing is, if you are also a forex guru, or you have some trading skills and you want to share signals with the community, you can also create a signal of your own and share with the community. So once you log in, you would have your platform, you have your page, and from the home page, you can see a whole list of signals that has been created. So that's the beautiful thing. It means daily when you come to this platform, you can see signals that you can use and make profit from. We also have something that we call threads. Threads are a way for every member of the community to share information with others. So we had people who have shared their views. Someone has talked about how to trade profit. Someone has talked about how to combine scalping with breakout strategy for maximum profitability and all that. So this is a community where you can also learn from others and you can also share with others. So we have a whole lot of content for you under our Forex education section. We have guides and tutorials, different topics that you can learn from. We also have materials in our resources section. You can go to articles, you will see a whole lot of articles that have been created, and these are top-notch quality articles for those that are true forex traders. Whether you're a beginner or your skill level is still intermediate, or you're an expert, there's always something to learn on the Pipsoclock community. And if you have not been active on the community, I am asking that you should please join the community and be active. Share your knowledge, learn from others, and there's always something new for you to learn on the platform. And one of the benefits of also being a member of the community is training like this. In some places, you are going to pay for a seminar that is like this, a masterclass like this. But these are the benefits of being a member of the community. You get this kind of information for free just for being a member of the community. So I'm inviting you to be an active member of the community and also share with other people. Let people know about pipsoclock.com. That's where forex traders in Nigeria, are even outside of Nigeria, are gathering at this time. So make sure that you log in, share your knowledge, and be known on the platform. And I can assure you that there will be benefit for those that are also thought leaders on the platform. By the time people start to know you, people can actually follow you. They can know when you have posted, and they can know when you have shared signals and all that. We will continue to improve on this platform, and those that start to become more popular on the platform, there will be certain benefit that they will start to get. So that is just what I want to share with you about the Pipsoclock community. Then I also like to add that at Pipsoclock, we are partnering with Skilling. Skilling is a new forex broker in Nigeria. They are new in Nigeria, but they are not new in the market. They've been operating since 2019. There are a lot of benefits to trading with Skilling. And if you have been on this platform for some time, you would have seen different content that we have shared with you concerning Skilling. So there's a lot to know about Skilling. and I would hand over to Mercy to share some of the services of skilling with you, and how to join, what you need to do, and all that. So, Mercy, are you ready, Mercy?
Yes, thank you, Leko, and good afternoon, everyone. I know that one of the questions I've gotten in about a few weeks is what's the difference between Pipsoclock and skilling? And so much so it's okay to be confused, because you're like, are you Pipsoclock a broker? Okay, now Leko has shared what Pipsoclock is all about. If you've been a client on InstaFXNG and and then 7B Forex, you now know what Pipsoclock is. And Pipsoclock has partnered with Skilling to make trading simple and accessible for everyone. Now, I know that I've also spoken with quite a number of people say, I've not heard about this broker before. Who are they? They are new brokers, so they are not new. Skilling has been in existence since 2019, and Skilling is a Scandinavian-owned fintech company with a straightforward purpose. The purpose is to make trading simple and accessible to everyone in a transparent and secure environment. So, and for Skilling believes that trading is not just for traders. Everyone can trade. So whether you are a newbie, you don't have any understanding of Forex trading at all, or you have not even done a year, trading Forex, there's a place for you with Skilling. You can either copy trades, or or be the person whose trades are being copied, or you can just do your own thing. Now, why trade with Skilling? Skilling has you will get access to 900 plus instruments, including Forex and CFD instruments, currency pairs, shares of companies, popular commodities, indices from around the world. So now over 900 instruments. Also, you only get charged competitive low spread from as low as 0.1 pips. On Skilling, there are no commission except for some selected trades, I think, like crypto and all of that. But for majors and all of that, no commission, no hidden charges. All the fees are clearly displayed in your account currency. Also, the service, the interface is friendly, and then you just get an intuitive trading experience. The customer service is great, and Skilling is fully licensed and regulated. So your funds, your data is safe with Skilling. And also you get to choose from 4 different platforms. You can either trade on Skilling's proprietary trader platform. That's the platform developed by Skilling itself. You can either trade on Skilling MT4 or the C Trader. I know that some traders are trading on C Trader at this time. So it just allows you options, to choose, and then leverage is up to 1 to 1,000 on Skilling. Now, what are the promotions? What are the benefits to get on Skilling? As of now, you have a $30 welcome bonus. I know that some traders have gotten the bonus, and you can testify to what I'm saying in the comment section. So now with this bonus, all you need to do is make a deposit. Because you are coming from us, the minimum deposit you can make on Skilling is $25. If you are not coming from us, it will be much more money than that. I know that I've had some questions like that. Now you make a deposit of $25, and the bonus will be credited after you've completed verification. And then any profit that you make while you trade, and you can trade with this bonus for as long as you want. I mean, for as long, if you want to keep it till it will be there, and then you get the bonus and you can withdraw all your profit. Also, on Fridays, every Friday, on specially selected instrument, you get to trade with 0 spread, 0 commission on specially selected instrument every Friday. You can, you will trade with 100% cost savings in and then with reliable trading conditions. Now, there are links to read more about this. So if you want more information about any of these things, just leave a comment in this leave a comment in the comment section below, and then I'll provide more information. And then Skilling has a cashback program, so you can get up to $10,000 cashback every month, and you can withdraw this money, deposit it to your account, and do whatever it is, the cashback that you get. So with every trade that you close, you get a certain amount that you get back at the end of the month. And depending on how much you trade, you can even aim for up to $10,000 cash back at the end of the month. Now, the last thing you can have, there's the $888 lucky money. And what's this about? You deposit $1,000, trade 10 lots across 3 asset classes. And then once you have meet with the trade must be open for more than 3 minutes, and volume traded must total $1 million USD within 30 days after deposit. Client must also have a net deposit of $900 USD at the time of this credit. Bonus are not withdrawable, but you can profit from trading with this offer, which you can get the $888 and trade with it and withdraw all your profits. So somebody asks that what's cashback? Cashback is you getting a certain percentage of what you have done in a month back. So let's say that this month I'm trading. You get a certain percentage of your trading activity your trading activities back. So there's a calculation for it. At the end of the month, you can aim for, depending on how much trades you do, you can get up to $10,000 every month as a way of you, getting back something from what you have traded in the month. So that's what cashback means, that you are getting something back from your trading activity. So the more trading activities you do, the more cashback you will get, the more money you get, and it could be as much as $10,000, in the month. So that's just all the information about skilling. If you require more information, just leave a comment, and then we'll provide more answers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mercy. And for the bonus, Mercy talked about the welcome bonus, and she mentioned how you need to do verification. So I would allow Bumi to quickly tell you about skilling verification. What are the things you need? How do you go about it?
Okay, thank you, Lekon. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for staying to this time. So I'll be running us through skilling verification. It's very simple. I've had clients asking how the verification process works. So what we need to do is go to skilling.com and then log in with our email and password that has been selected, just like what I circled here. Then this will come up. So for us who know our email and password, you type it in and then click on login. If you've forgotten your password, there's no problem. Just click on forgot password like I circled here. Then it moves you to the next stage. This is what you see, verify. Then you click on it. So skilling platform, comply with AML regulation, that is anti-money laundering. And we need to verify your identity and also remove restrictions for clients who are not, verified. So if you are verified, there won't be any restrictions, and then it can prevent, account closure. So once you click on verify, it brings you to this stage where you are to select the type of identification you want to use for your ID. We have the international passport, the national identity card, and also driver's license. So you select which of these that you want to make use of. So once you select a particular means of identification, it takes you to the next stage where you have to upload the front and the back page of the particular ID card that you've selected. For example, I selected national identity card, and then it brought me to this stage. Then click on upload front side. Once I uploaded the front side, it brought me back to this stage, which is it will display the front side which you have uploaded, and then you are required to click on upload back page, and then you will see both the front page and the back page which you have uploaded. Once you do that, you click on continue, and then it takes you to the proof of home address. So from the proof of home address, we have list of options. We have the utility bill, bank statement, local authority tax bill, and all that. So you have to select which best suits or works for you. So as a Nigerian, we might want to go with the utility bill and the bank statement. But however, these documents must carry your name and address, your name and address. So for those of us that doesn't own a house yet, we can, select bank statement, which I've done here. So I selected bank statement, and then you click on upload documents. Once you do that, it brings you to the other stage where you see the documents you've uploaded, and then you click on continue. It's as simple as that. Once you do that, it goes to your profile, and then you get a mail immediately that your document has been uploaded. The document moderation takes within 5 to 20 minutes, if not lesser. Within 5 minutes, you get a response that your document, has been reviewed, and also the information either declined or accepted with reasons. So it's as simple as that. If you have further questions or you like to have these steps for you to go through your verification, have it forwarded to you. Thank you. Thank you, Liko.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. We are now at the end of this masterclass. I want to once again appreciate every one of us that have taken the time to join us. I will quickly tell you how to contact us if you need to get to us. So you can contact us via email. Our email is help@pipsoclock.com, and then you can contact these two phone numbers. For every member of our community, you have been assigned an experienced manager. If you log into your pipsoclock.com account and you go to the contact us page, if you send a message, it will go directly to your experienced manager